What's up, guys? It's Alika from Diggs. We are in Pearl City at Roots Jiu-Jitsu. I'm sitting here with brand new student, Triston. Triston, why don't you introduce yourself?
How's it, guys? I'm Triston. Slowly getting back into it. First got on a mat maybe like a month ago.
Before you go with that 1 month, tell everybody kind of about your background, because he told me a month and then he smashed me.
No. So my dad got me and my sister into jiu-jitsu when I was 4 and she was 5.
Okay.
We trained in Waihua, Central Oahu BJJ. For a while, we used to go there, travel from town where we lived, and then always made the commute to Waihua. We did that until I was like middle school. Before that, we got into wrestling when I was around 8, as well as judo too. So we did all those 3 sports. Like,
where were you wrestling at?
So I first started off that Waihua Wrestling Club, like the Waihua Hammerheads. So
okay.
We did that,
yeah.
And then we transitioned over to Kulokahi. That was in Townside by the news broadcast center,
okay.
by like Young Brothers. Yeah, so we did that, and then we transitioned to Scorpions Wrestling Club. We did that, and then I went to high school, and then I always went back to Scorpions because, yeah, those clubs had hammers in that club. Yeah.
So you did jiu-jitsu since you were 4, wrestling since you were 8. You did some judo also.
Yeah,
Where'd you do judo at?
Tenry Judo Club.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were just hunting out like all the grappling sports, trying to dominate in all of them?
My dad was really adamant about putting us into grappling, obviously to defend ourselves, and he also trained a little bit too. So he kind of wanted us to mold us into that kind of grappling scene. Yeah.
Shout out to your dad.
Yeah.
Your whole family's kind of in the martial arts world.
Yeah.
We talk about some of your 27 brothers and sisters.
Yeah, so all of us kind of did grappling, more so me, my older sister Angelin, and then my 3 younger siblings are really into it now. My dad's really focused on it. He coaches at Flow Academy. He's like the kid's head coach over there.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, my sister Diamond, she's really good. She's probably the best in our family. Yeah, one of the best in the country actually.
Okay.
So her, and then she's gonna be upcoming freshman this year at Kamehameha. And then my little sister Dakota, she's 11. She's good too. She just won Triple Crown in Idaho for the regionals. For wrestling.
Okay. Oh, me.
Yeah, and
good job.
My little brother Dax, the youngest. Yeah. So he's like a little mini me.
How old is the youngest?
He's 8. He's 8. Yeah.
When did he start?
He started when they all started when they're like 3 or 4 years old.
Oh my gosh.
Diamond more so when she was 2 though. Like she was still in diapers.
Okay.
My dad was making her wrestle on the mat. Yeah.
I think if you grow up on the mats, it becomes like normal. It's just what life is, right?
Yeah, it becomes so natural. The mindset, everything. So obviously leading into life after the whole mat scene, it helps you along the way. For me, at least, Yeah.
What kind of lessons do you think you learned from grappling, kind of growing up, and how you applied it? Because you have a career now, and you're doing kind of like really good things for your life and where you're at. So what kind of skills transferred from grappling to the real world?
Obviously the mental game, right? When you go into practice and stuff like that, like you're going to be put into those deep waters, into adversity, especially practice and also in the tournaments when you compete, right? So having that, under my belt actually helps me like mold, and it actually helps me like easier in life when I go through all these obstacles because I've been there before,
Yeah.
Mentally and physically. So obviously it's kind of like any other day for me, especially if I go through a rough day at work all of that past scenes and everything helped me to where I'm at today. So yeah, probably the mental game, going through all like the conditioning, the hard goes, everything kind of helped me mold to what I am today.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think the adversity, the physical limitations that you push, having to process information while other things are happening.
Yes.
And then just like, it's hard. And if you can, problem solve when someone's trying to pin you or trying to choke you, like when someone's not trying to do it to you, it's a lot easier.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I'm grateful for everything I've been to. Shout out to my dad though, So so I'm glad where I'm at right now.
Sounds like good parenting.
Definitely. Yeah, it was hard,
Did your mom participate also?
She did a little bit because my dad was like in the jiu-jitsu scene a little bit, but just like kind of small kind, not really as serious as us as like kids.
Right.
My dad like put in so much time and extra hours for us. Like, he really wanted us to like stand out.
I think giving you an outlet as a kid then kind of helps you redirect it later as an adult.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of that, you kind of have some good adult things going on career-wise.
Yeah.
So you are A&P mechanic at Hawaiian.
Yeah.
And you also are in the Hawaii National Guard.
Yeah.
And you're going to college.
Yep.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah. So I'm just 3 years into Hawaiian, always learning. No matter how long I've been into it, I'm always going to be learning something new, right? And then the Air Guard, I'm just slowly trying to transition into trying to commission into the officer program, But yeah, I'm trying to get back into school. Just got to do one more year of online school, and then submit my package, and then hopefully get into a commission slot, a pilot slot, and we'll go from there. But yeah, that's my goals right now.
So how does that work? You graduated high school and then you joined the Guard, or you like went to college, or?
Yeah, so I graduated high school, but backtracking to that, like how it all started, like I injured my shoulder my junior year of wrestling.
Okay.
I had surgery. I sat out my whole junior year.
What year was this?
This was 2018.
Okay.
Yeah, so I just recently finished my sophomore year of wrestling and judo.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it was a summer practice. I got hurt, but yeah, so I did all of that, and then after high school, I enlisted into the Guard. It was a kind of like waiting period. Like I wasn't sure I was gonna be in the Guard like for the foreseeable future, like. Because I got DQ'd because of my shoulder injury, because it was within the 2-year time frame. Yeah, the whole medical thing.
Okay.
So after I got DQ'd, I was kind of discouraged, and I kind of turned away from that route and just primarily focused on school.
Okay.
But luckily, my recruiter got a waiver from like the higher up, so I kind of like that pushed me to
Like his arm's all good?
Yeah. So like because I had a written sign off from like my surgeon and everything, but I still got disqualified, you know. But luckily, that pushed through, and then I went into the enlistment process. This was all during 2020, 2021. I'm about to make my 6th year this upcoming
Congratulations.
September. Yeah, thank you.
So you're like E4, E5?
I'm an E4, so I'm currently doing ALS right now to get my E5. So I'm currently in the capstone process. So once I finish that, I submit my package and I become E5.
You gotta get some responsibilities with that one too.
Oh yeah. So,
okay, so got into the Guard, you had done a couple years college, you get back from training, and then that's when Hawaiian?
So it's actually perfect timing. So I went through BMT and tech school within the Air Guard. I came back, I did my OJT within the Guard here. I was on active duty orders.
That's here where they kind of teach you how to do your job.
They taught me like, so, because like tech school is like only show you like the basics, right? But then when you come back, they kind of show you more technical, like all like the nitty gritty stuff, like maintenance and all that kind of stuff. So I did that, and then right up until that, I started the AMP process right there. Like it was like all ducks in order kind of. It was actually really awesome. I started in August of 2022. I did 2 years of that. It was 8 classes total within that 2 years.
Okay.
Right after that, I did my writtens, got my A rating in March before I graduated. I graduated May of 2024. Right after I graduated in May of 2024, I went and took my power plant, my orals and practicals, and then after that, everything else is in history. So now I'm working full time at Hawaiian. Yeah.
That's amazing. Did you know you wanted to be in aircraft? You wanted to be a mechanic when you were younger?
Yeah, I kind of always had an interest in planes, you know, and like obviously my grandpa, he was in the automotive industry, all hands-on, but he never really got to show me that side, like all hands-on stuff. So I kind of just went with my own route, going with planes. Obviously, it pays relatively well, you know, so I just went with that.
Could be a lot worse.
Yeah, it could be a lot worse, you know. I'm fortunate with that. I like the guys I work with. They're super cool, you know, super knowledgeable. You know, it fits really well like a glove. I really enjoy working at Hawaiian, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I like the culture there. It's super cool.
The Guard kind of helped pay for schooling and stuff like that?
So I went with, actually, or just for my testing portion, the VA helped cover all my testing costs and everything like that. Yeah, so I was very fortunate. Yeah.
That's really good. Like, if you don't have a solid plan, go to the military, figure it out, take all the benefits, and then like go where life leads you.
Yeah, and it also played out really well because with Hawaiian, like I get like those flight benefits, and obviously my family, they like to travel a lot, especially for wrestling.
And you got a lot of family.
Yeah, so they're able to use that.
Oh, Dad's happy now. He's like, I got this. Fargo, no problem.
Yeah, it's awesome. I'm really fortunate to give back to them because they put a lot into me and my siblings, you know. So I'm really grateful that I'm able to give back to them too in a way.
That's
you know?
Amazing. Okay, so I'm assuming you took a break from martial arts and grappling, got life in order. And now you're in Pearl City and you're like, let me just come back and beat up all the black belts and tell them I got a month of training.
No,
How'd you get back into the gym? Kind of talk me through like how you chose the gym, and then like what it felt like walking in again after not being on the mats for so long.
So I always like, obviously jiu-jitsu was the first sport I ever done, and that's like my first love in a way, you know. I really enjoyed being on the mat, and I always had an itch. Because I lived here for little under a year in the IA area, and I'd always drive past and I'd be like, oh, Roots, like they had a jiu-jitsu spot like right down the road from my house. I always wanted to check it out, and like I talked to my wrestling coach because he trains jiu-jitsu as well, and I was
I know
just
you're wrestling
asking him,
coach. Can we shout him out real quick?
Oh, Coach Ted, yes.
What's up, Ted?
Yeah, Coach Ted. Yeah, but
Ted's a really good black belt at Mono.
Yeah, he's super cool. Yeah, so he actually like told me about this place. I told him, I was like, I want to get back into jiu-jitsu, you know, any place. And then he was trying to push me to go to Mono.
Right.
You know, but I was
of
like,
course.
I live in Aiea, like, you know, like, that's
I'm not making that
drive.
drive.
Yeah, and then he's like, oh, I live in Milani, you know, like, doesn't matter. And I was like, oh, bro, I don't know.
Better to you.
Yeah. So he actually said, oh, you know what? There's a good spot down the road from your house. It's Roots, you know, Professor Joy is super cool, you know, super good guy. So I came here, my first class was Memorial Day. I did a trial class, it was packed.
Okay.
Yeah, it was packed. Like, it was
Memorial Day,
one of the only like
pictures.
places like that was like open on that morning class. So I got into it. I met Professor Joey, Coach Ian. You know, they let me try on a gi. I never had a gi like ever since I was little. You know, so I had to try one on. I had to borrow one, and it was cool. You know, it was just like kind of like it's kind of hard to lose it. You know, it's like riding a bike in a way, like being on the mat grappling. So it felt really nice, like coming back and doing the drills and learning the technique and doing live goes. Like I really enjoyed that. So. And I really like the people here, so I made a commitment to put that monthly the kind tuition inside, and yeah, we're here now. So yeah.
You know, when you're saying like it's kind of like riding a bike, I think that only applies if you learn it young, like as a child. When you see people try to pick it up as they're already adults, it's like the mechanics aren't there and it's not smooth, doesn't flow. And then like you learn it as a kid, and you take however many years, 5 years, 6 years off, 10 years off, and you come back, it's like got it. So I tell all the parents, especially like shout out to your parents, but like put them in early, because it doesn't look like they're learning, but it's being ingrained in their movements. Like they're always gonna have it, and if you ever need it, like in an actual like self-defense situation, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
So like I love hearing people say, yeah, I was like riding a bike, and I'm like, you learned when you were 4. That's why I was like riding a bike. For the others grown-ups, you're like, ah.
Yeah. It's awesome. Like yeah, I'm really grateful for that. You know. So I'm gonna probably try to pass on that down to my kids, you know, kind of have them.
You have kids now?
No, I do not. Yeah. In the foreseeable future, you know.
Okay. Yeah. You planning on having 7 kids also?
Well, nah, I don't know about that. Maybe 3, 4. I don't know. Whatever I'm blessed with.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Do you have any plans to pursue grappling again, or is it gonna just be like a hobby, or like what is your thoughts on it?
I honestly. I'm trying to train as much as I can. The competition scene, I would like to go back into that. I'm just trying to get my feet wet again, you know, grasp as many techniques and, you know, habits that other people have. That's what I try to take from people, you know, try to build my repertoire and stuff like that. Right now it's kind of a hobby, but I do want to take it seriously. Whenever I have something that I want to do, I always try to take it as seriously as possible. I do want to compete though. Yeah, I do want to compete. Okay. We'll see.
When you were younger, right? So I'm assuming you wrestled, you did judo, you have quite a bit of competition experience.
Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna help you as far as like when you step into a jiu-jitsu competition, or like what are your thoughts on that?
I think it does. I think when it comes to like in the competition scene that day, obviously the nerves build up, right? Having that experience, no matter if it's jiu-jitsu, judo, or wrestling, like it's gonna help me because I've like been in that atmosphere before, you know. Obviously for me, I like to look back on like how I prepared, how I trained, because that's gonna show on the mat. As long as I trust in myself, my coaches, and my training, it's fine. It's like I just let it go, you know, at that point. Yeah.
Let the instincts kick in and just see what happens.
Yeah.
Being a hybrid grappler, do you gravitate towards one or the other, or do you like have certain things that like you know you can hit it in wrestling, so you just hit it in jiu-jitsu, or how does that work as far as when you blend everything together?
Yeah. So I think from all those 3 sports, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and judo, you can take one thing from each sport and kind of mold it and use it in every scenario. Whether that be like judo, like obviously newaza, you can use your wrestling and jiu-jitsu. And for jiu-jitsu, you can use your throws or your takedowns from wrestling or judo with the throws. And then obviously with wrestling, you can use your judo, and also your jiu-jitsu, you can use, you know, like kind of like grips and everything. Everything goes hand in hand in my eyes. Yeah, I take everything from that. I try to mix in a lot of wrestling, especially on the bottom, like when it comes to control on the jiu-jitsu mat, like to try like whatever I learn, everything that's in the back of my mind, all my habits that I've learned throughout the year, I try to mix that in, you know, when I roll. So yeah.
You may be one of the few like hybrid athletes that are already there. Like people are blending it now, but you did it all when you were young, and it's like you already have it. What we kind of talked about this off camera, but like what made you, besides life, what made you not pursue grappling when you graduated high school? Like besides the good things, like were there any negatives that you saw that was like, maybe it's just not for me?
Obviously, like for me in high school, I was actually like when I was a freshman, I was like 90 pounds. I couldn't even make the weight my freshman year.
Oh my gosh.
As well as sophomore year, I was still the lightest high school weight of 106.
Okay.
So I was always kind of small, but I still cut weight. When I was leading up into after high school, that was like during the whole COVID time and everything. So I kind of like pushed that to the side. I couldn't really see myself like going out of state and wrestling and competing again. Obviously being away from my family, my girlfriend and stuff like that. Like I felt like it would be kind of hard. Even though my sister did it, I compliments to her, you know. So, but for me, I was like, I don't know, man. Like I really love home. I love where I'm at. I love the people I'm surrounded by. So I couldn't really leave that, you know. Yeah. So, but now, like where I'm at right now, obviously would want to get back into the competition scene. Yeah.
You just missed it. Is that kind of what brought you back?
Yeah, that is honestly, and I always wanted to pursue a black belt in jiu-jitsu, you know, so I just kind of want to get back into that, you know.
You gave me a hard time tonight.
No.
What are your thoughts on weight cutting, like for kids or for like high school athletes? Because you said you did, and I'm assuming by the time you were a senior, you were bigger than 95 pounds.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts on weight cutting?
For me, or for kids right now, I feel like you shouldn't really be cutting weight, at least up until like the pre-teen or like teen level. Like you should allow your body to grow, you know, kind of grow into your structure, you know, your frame, rather than sucking weight. Like it's hard, you know, like, and it wears on the body internally, you know, and obviously cutting weight is a big mental thing too, as well as physically, and putting that on a child is kind of like hard, you know. And that's why like compliments to my parents too, they kind of like allow my siblings to go out there walking weight or just cut a few pounds, you know. When me and my sister were competing when we were little, or even in high school, every week I was cutting 14 to 15 pounds every week. Yeah. So yeah, it was tough. From Monday all the way, like I had to cut 14 pounds, and all the way until Friday leading up to the tournament. So yeah, that was one thing, like week in and week out, when I was doing that, it kind of weared me down when I was like, I don't know if I can do this for college, you know. So yeah, obviously, like compliments to everyone that competes like collegiately, professionally, or in the national scene. Like they cut a lot of weight, and like that's a big mental game, and obviously it plays a big part in like their fighting and everything like that. So, but for me, I was like, kind of weird out.
Can you talk about the high school weight cutting process? Do you know about the college weight cutting process?
Not really.
Okay.
I know.
Can you talk about the high school weight cutting process?
Like for me, like individually.
Like when you weigh in versus when you fight, stuff like that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, for high school wrestling, depending if it was a 1 or 2 day tournament, like obviously like officials, OIAs, and states will be like 2 day tournaments. But like the regular round robin tournaments, you just come in around 8 o'clock. You win maybe 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and then you'll probably get your matches in hour or two later, around 12. So you have like a few hours to rehydrate, you know, carb up and whatever like that. But yeah, it still wears on you, like especially for the 2 day tournaments. You're trying not to replenish yourself fully, right? Because you still got to make weight the next day.
Yep.
So yeah, those are hard because
the 2 days are like, we have to wait tomorrow.
But I for like in my personal experience, like for someone who is doing a 2 day tournament and you have to weigh in both days, I would try to replenish as much as possible, because you're obviously going to shed that weight fighting, you know, or like, you know, grappling, whatever. I made the mistake of like, I'm like gassing out because I only ate like a certain amount of food, like a minimum amount of food and liquids. So like I'm like gassing out when I wrestle. I'm like, what the frick? I know I can beat this guy, but I'm obviously gassing him out of energy. So I would just recommend you carb up, hydrate fully, and just worry about the weight cut after, because you know you never know if you're going to be bumped out at a tournament first day, you know, when you could have fully replenished yourself and be at a better, you know, energy level, you know. So,
do you think there's any way to fix cutting weight. So let me explain the jiu-jitsu process. There's tournaments, there's no standard. There's tournaments you weigh in like the day before, and there's tournaments you weigh in and then you go fight. So it's like the entire range of what you can do. They have the ones you weigh in the morning, you fight in the afternoon. But do you think there's any way to fix weight cutting?
Like for like a safety standpoint, like just obviously, well, for high school we have like hydration, right? So where it's like they take your hydration levels and your body fat percentage, and they measure those two things, and it factors into how much weight you can cut throughout the season, whether you have to stay at that weight range you're at, or if you're allowed to cut down 1 or 2 or 3 weight classes or more, you know.
Okay.
So I think that would play a big role, obviously being more safe, because it's very dangerous cutting a lot of weight, you know, 20, 30 plus pounds, you know, in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that like hydration levels play a key factor. Are they starting to implement that like in like jiu-jitsu? Or?
Not really. I think there's not enough money to really track what's going on.
But I think that what it does with like weighing in and fighting the same day, like right then and there, like you weigh in and you fight, that prevents people from sucking too much weight, because that's gonna be a big factor. If you just weigh in right there, boom, you're fighting. You're not able to replenish yourself. That's gonna be a big factor.
I'm a big fan of like let you weigh in maybe an hour before the match, because if you're close and you have to get a pound off, whatever, no big deal. But like I see guys that are killing themselves to make weight, and in the gym they're monsters, and then they go out there and they gas out in the second match, and it's like, you're better than this, like you should just fight up a weight class. But everyone thinks lighter weights are better. I'm like, it's not easier. Those guys are just as good. They might be better. Like, just fight where you're the best.
Yeah, I feel like one example like of a guy I used to watch in college, Bo Nickel. So he was in like 184. Like he was a decent size 184, but he was undersized at 197 his senior year. But he didn't cut weight, and he wrestled phenomenal. He like pinned everybody, attacked everyone that year, and obviously he probably felt better into that match because he's not cutting as much weight, right? He's actually gaining weight. He's more comfortable. He's eating throughout the week. You know, you're just being comfortable. You're having fun. You're learning. You're scrapping throughout the week, and then you get to go out there fully furnished, you know,
you can push to 1,000, and this guy doesn't have it. He's at 80%, 85%.
Like, exactly.
Let me get that last 15% out of him.
Yeah, so props to anyone that's just like walking around their regular walking weight and fighting, because obviously that's big ups to you, because you know you have a lot of people sucking weight and then they're monsters when you're like, this guy's the same weight as me. No way. Like, so props to those guys, you know. Obviously the skills and technique play a factor when you're going against someone way bigger than you, right? So
a lot of the jiu-jitsu weight classes are big. They're like 13 pounds, 13 and a half pounds, something like that. And I tell people, especially like the first couple competitions, don't worry about the weight. Just fight it wherever you're at. Like obviously train hard. And if you're a pound over, sure, make the lower one. And I want to do this. I can make this. And I'm like, don't do that, because like you still got to go fight. This isn't a bodybuilding competition where you got to look good. This isn't a fight with the scale where it's like, how much weight can I lose? I'm like, there's someone out there trying to strangle you. You know, like, fight where you're the best. It makes a big difference. You'll feel better.
It does, it does. The energy levels is way hype more when you're carved up, you're hydrated. It feels
all that being
better.
said, when you compete on your first jiu-jitsu match as an adult, what weight class are you going to be in? What are you at now?
Right now I walk around like 182, 183. Okay. So probably around there. Wherever I think I'll just like you said, just cutting that pound or whatever. But for the most part, I'll just be walking weight around like 180 area. Yeah.
That's a good weight to be at, because you can just drop to 180 no problem. If there's a 180 limit, and I think the other one is like 184 or 186. So you don't have to worry about it. You're like, I'm there already. I'm not going to do anything. I live at the top of my weight class, and everyone's like, what do you cut? I'm like, nah, I don't. I don't cut. I can make weight tomorrow. And the no-gi limit, I'm like at the limit. So like, I just don't eat dessert this week and I'll be fine. Oh, you look so good. Like, I got lucky, man. Like, the weight class was made for me.
Exactly. I'm just gonna be around that area. No really serious weight cutting at all for me anymore.
Good. I like that plan.
Awesome.
Let's circle back around to like career-wise, because you got some cool stuff going on. So you said you got a year left in college. You're balancing a full-time job and a part-time job. How do you find time to do all that and still do jiu-jitsu? Because like, that's a lot of stuff.
So luckily with my schedule, I work at 4:30 a.m. to 1 p.m.
Okay.
Friday through Tuesday, I'm off Wednesday, Thursdays.
Okay.
So I'm able to come do practice, like the evening practices, and then Wednesday, Thursday, I'm allowed to do the morning practices as well.
Okay.
So at least try to get myself onto the mat 3 to 4 times a week, at least.
Okay.
Yeah. So I try to bump up a little bit more. You know, I kind of want to make use of like the tuition, take advantage of that.
Yeah, the dollar cost average style.
Yeah.
That sounds very Chinese.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, at least getting 3 to 4 times a session like on the mat every week is I feel happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You feel like you're improving at a reasonable rate, and
Yeah, I always
everything start to kind of make sense.
Yeah, the technique and everything, I really enjoy that. You know, taking the time to actually learn it, you know, try to apply it in the live goals. Yeah, it's just like old times again. So yeah, I really enjoy it.
Are you doing like strength and conditioning or anything else?
No, I just usually after work, when I finish around 1 p.m., I try to shoot it to Hickam gym and then just lift weights. That's it. Yeah.
Get some basic stuff in.
Yeah, that's all.
You got any other hobbies?
I like to fish.
Okay.
Yeah. Just
How often you get out there?
At least once a week with my boys.
Okay.
Yeah. Just chopo a little bit, whip, dunk, all that.
Just cruise.
Yeah, just cruise. Honestly, sometimes
peaceful hobbies.
Yeah, sometimes I just throw my pull out. I don't even check bait for like a couple hours. I just talk your story, you know.
Yeah.
Like as long as like the boys are there, it's
Crack
a
a
good
beer,
time.
talk
Yeah,
story, just
it's a
hang
good
out.
time. Yeah.
You need
Definitely.
some peace.
Yeah, exactly. It's a way peaceful scene when you're just out there looking at the water, you know. Yeah, with the boys. Good weather. Yeah, it's super
You got
cool.
your boys coming to train jiu-jitsu too?
I try to ask them. We'll see. One of my boys is actually thinking about it. He used to train back in Mililani too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so maybe.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, the vibe is good. People
Yeah, I
just
told
chill.
him about here. He said he's actually down, so we'll see. Yeah.
Awesome. Give me your thoughts on. So you've been here for a month. Give me your thoughts on like have things changed in the jiu-jitsu world. I know you were a kid when you were doing it, but
Yeah.
have things changed as far as like vibes or feel or techniques or anything? Like what differences have you noticed?
So the techniques is a big thing. Usually when I was growing up, like being little, like we never did leg attacks or anything. But now in adult
Oh,
scene,
yeah.
that's the name of the game nowadays.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's a big thing. So me learning that is a whole new thing, which I'm trying to grasp. You know. So yeah, that's the big thing. The scene too. Obviously, people are making careers and livings off of doing jiu-jitsu now. Yeah. So that's another thing too
That's
that
cool.
I never thought was possible. You know, I thought it was just usually like back when I was little, it was like mostly sponsorships, free gis and like free gear. But now like you're making actual like wage off of these
Yeah.
things, right? So yeah.
I'm trying to push that to people. Like you can do your passion. You're probably not going to get rich off of it, but if you could do your passion, like if someone was paying you to fish, right? You'd be like, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. If I could make a career and support my family by just the thing I love doing, like, is it really working?
Yeah, it's
kinda
not.
working,
It's
but
not. It's not. Like
And
honestly.
before you had to be like world champion, run a gym, like you don't really need all those accolades. You just need to like be able to teach and be able to have a good vibe and everything.
Yeah. That's a really big thing nowadays. Like you can make a career off of anything really nowadays, which is cool. Yeah. So I was like, oh wow, that's the one thing that was really big and changed when I came back onto the mat. I was like, oh wow, didn't know you can actually do this for a living. Like a lot of people do.
It's new. It wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah,
you go back 10
yeah.
years, it wasn't really a thing.
Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. So
If you could have a dream job, I know you're working towards being a pilot.
Yeah.
If you could have a dream job, what would that be? Is it pilot or is it something else?
If I were to go back, and looking back where I'm at now, I'd probably try to pursue a career in jiu-jitsu. Like if I knew I could, like back then, I would have done it. My dad took us out of jiu-jitsu based off the fact that we went strictly into wrestling just because we could obtain scholarships for college, right? So that was his main priority with him and my mom, to try to just pursue us to go to college and get our education. So knowing what I know now, I probably would have done that. I would have been like, yo, I'll be a professional jiu-jitsu athlete. Yeah, that's probably what I would have done, honestly.
There are, how do you?
I'm 23.
Okay, there are a couple kids with Hawaii roots that are doing it full time. I don't know if in Hawaii if there's anyone currently doing it, but they went to the mainland. They train at AOJ.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
there's one
full-time.
guy. He's world champ, right? Is that one of the guys
Zach
from Hawaii?
Kaina.
Yeah.
Zach Kaina, and then Jessica Khan, she started in Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
They're married.
Oh, nice.
But they are full-time athletes. They're both world champions, and they're doing jiu-jitsu as like a career.
Awesome.
And, getting to chat with them sometimes is like, wow. When their parents were like, hey, we're gonna pick up our life to go to train jiu-jitsu for my son, I was like, you're crazy. Like, what are you doing? Like, that sounds so insane. There's no rational human being that would do it. And I know you're the dad growing up, and I was like, you're nuts, dude. I look back now like, oh my gosh, you were so brilliant. Like, how did you see this? How did you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, he believed it back then. He goes, no, this is going to be a thing. It's just not right now. And I was like, wow. I don't think very many people understood it back then. No.
Yeah, I think a really big part of that too, like having success for your kids is just belief in them and having belief in themselves and investing your time into them, right? That plays a big role in how it affects their careers, no matter what the sport is, right? So obviously having parents that are fully invested into your goals and into your aspirations, that plays a big part of like how it turns out in the future, you know? So yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool.
Well, I think your dad made a rational decision at the time, because I would have been like, go wrestle, like you get a college degree, and you're doing amazing in life. You're doing so good.
Yeah, I'm grateful for my parents. Yeah, super cool.
If you do get a pilot slot, when you get a pilot slot, is there a plane that you want to fly? It's for the Hawaii Guard, right?
Yeah. Honestly, whichever airframe gives me a opportunity, I'm gonna take it and go with it. Whether it be F-22, KC-135s, or C-17s. Yeah, like you said off camera, like we gotta just feel the vibe, you know. So obviously I'm gonna do that, but when it comes down to it, whoever gives me an opportunity, I'm gonna be super grateful. I'm gonna take it and run full force with it, you know. So yeah.
I know in every unit there are air crew that do jiu-jitsu. We were talking about Baja. Baja still trains. He's like a purple belt or a brown belt or something. Yeah. Every unit has guys that train. I would go like Dojo Storm and be like, hey, I'm a white belt. I go beat him up and be like, give me a job.
Just bet on me. Make a wager. No.
Just joking. Is there anything you'd want to talk about?
No, I mean, like, honestly, I'm just grateful to be on the mat again, having the opportunity to train, you know, like just being able to wake up every day, just do what I do. Like, I'm grateful for that, you know, just being able to go to work, hang out with my boys, come back, train, be on the mat again. That's like something I always look forward to doing, you know. So yeah, honestly, I'm just grateful to be here.
I think you're doing an amazing job in life. I love seeing young adults like that have their lives on track and they're working towards things and they're on the mats and they got good vibes. So like, I just want to tell you, like, you're doing amazing in life.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you.
You got any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Look at this camera, whatever, but I'll shout out my parents, my siblings, my coaches, present, past, everybody that I've interacted with, the Roots Ohana, my girlfriend, you know, everyone that I've interacted with in my past, all led up to where I'm at, you know, the good, the bad, I've always learned from it. It brought me where I'm at today, so I would like to shout out everybody, you know. Yeah.
How can we find you? You got socials, anything?
I do have IG.
You don't gotta say if you don't want to.
That's all good.
All right, guys, we are wrapping up. This is Alika from Diggs. We're here with Triston. He said he's a 1 month white belt. He is not. Don't let him fool you when you roll with him. Thank you so much.
Hello,
you guys have a good night.
Thank you. Yes,